I was in Montreal, which I really loved. If you've never been to Montreal, there's so many French and English speakers in Montreal that even if you go to like a Starbucks, the barista preemptively will be like, bonjour, hi. And I took 8 years of French in school, so every time I'd be like, bonjour. And they'd be like, comment j'étais pour vous aider? And I was like, well, the jig is up. I was hoping to talk about numbers pretty exclusively, but I will have un frappuccino. I get jealous of Canadians. I get jealous of Canadians because they have universal health care. We just have Mr. Beast. We all know him by now, famous YouTuber. He made that video, Mr. Beast. He found 1,000 blind strangers and gave them free corrective eye surgery. Because our healthcare relies on the Willy Wonka system. Have you seen it? It's very moving. It's basically 1,000 people crying because the first thing they have to see is Mr. Beast. And people say that he's generous, but I don't know if he films every generous thing that he does. It's kind of pathetic. Filming strangers to build up your YouTube following. I just don't think it's a good deed if you film it. You know what I mean? It negates the generosity. If you give a lot of blowjobs for your OnlyFans, you're not generous. You're not. You're a public school teacher, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not a selfless act. I don't even hate Mr. Beast. I hate that my dad loves Mr. Beast. Because he's very conservative. I know a lot of conservatives that love Mr. Beast. It's like they can understand the concept of universal health care, but only when it's presented to them on YouTube. The same way they only support trans people on Pornhub. I am a trans ally, of course. I actually ran to my old college roommate at the airport. I found out that they had recently transitioned. And I was thrilled because I had forgotten their name. I wish everyone I've ever met would transition. I have progressive views, but that doesn't mean I'm a good person. Liberals make that mistake sometimes. I have a more conservative friend, and he has views that really, he's one of those guys, and we all know those guys, who's like, you see this article? No, a trans woman played volleyball, made a little girl explode. And I can't stand that shit, because the kind of guys that complain about trans women playing women's sports are the same kind of guys that told guys like me in high school, you run like a girl, you throw like a girl, and now they're mad because some of us followed through. But I will say, in his defense, he is a wonderful human being, better than I could ever imagine being. I'll tell you a story. Once, me and my conservative friend, we were walking down the street in New York City. In front of us was walking a woman in very high heels. As far as I could tell, she was trans. Now, at some point, this woman, she tripped on her right heel. She fell into the street right as a bus was approaching. And my conservative friend ran into the street, scooped her up just in the nick of time, helped her on her feet, sent her about her way, and then he turned to me and was like, that's why men shouldn't wear heels. It was a lot of things all at once. And I want to be clear, I think it's a shitty thing to do. But if I had been alone, I would have been like, oh no!